All right. Hello, everyone. Emily Johnson here with the Art of Senior Fitness Program Design. We are just a few minutes from officially starting. So if you just got this alert that Emily or Stronger You Senior Fitness was live and you're wondering, what is this? This is the Art of Senior Fitness Program Design. This is episode 13, lucky number 13. And I've got my guest with me today, Ron Freckleton. And if you haven't joined us before, that's okay. The concepts don't build on one another, but if you want to go back and watch the other episodes, please feel free to do so on the Stronger You Senior Fitness LinkedIn and Facebook pages. We are going to start in just a couple minutes here. Make sure we're live on LinkedIn and Facebook. Everything's looking good. Wonderful. And I will introduce my guest, Ron Freckleton. You can say hi to the group, Ron, while we're waiting here.
Hi, everybody. Hi to you, Emily, too.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to be here today with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for
But
joining us.
I'm 87 years old. I'm glad to be anywhere.
As we all are during this time, and transport ourselves virtually for the moment. Very good. All right. So we've got one more minute to go. Welcome everyone who's maybe just joining us. And we're going to get started in a moment. So grab your lunch, grab your cup of coffee, wherever you might be for time zones across Canada. We're going to get started right on the dot at 12:30 Eastern, 10:30 Mountain, and 9:30 Pacific. And you definitely want to join us. If you can't join us right now, though, the recording will be available on the Stronger You Senior Fitness LinkedIn and Facebook pages. So feel free to join us there afterwards as well. So just a minute to go here and we'll get started. Check that we're live. If you have any questions throughout the way, please feel free just to put them down in the comments, and we'll pause as we need to take questions or read comments. If you are going to leave a comment or a question, I'll just read it out so the people on the opposite platform can hear and see the question. Okay. Very good. All right. So it is 12:30 Eastern, 10:30 Mountain, 9:30 Pacific on the dot. So we're going to get going here. Welcome to the Art of Senior Fitness Program Design. If you're just joining us for the very first time, this is a weekly series that I do, and I'm so fortunate this week to have a special guest with me, Mr. Ron Freckleton. And I'm very, very excited for him to be here today because every week we talk about different ways to enhance your senior fitness programming. And one of the most important ways to do that is to really know your customer. And when you're teaching a senior fitness class, your customer, of course, is going to be your participants. It's going to be the senior, the older adult in your class. So I thought I would invite Ron Freckleton today to tell us his perspective on active aging and fitness as an active ager. And I met Ron while I was a life enrichment manager at Trinity Lodge. So he was one of my best students. And he has just a phenomenal life experience. So I really wanted him to be able to share that with you today. So Ron, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Why don't you start by just telling everyone who you are and a bit about your story?
Thank you, Emily. I'm a recent immigrant. I came to Alberta 47 years ago, and I'm still trying to get rid of my Liverpool accent. So find an interpreter if you don't understand what I'm saying. I really started an exciting part of my life once I came to Trinity Lodge. That was nearly 6 years ago. I wrote a book on my first day here. I started writing a book. It's called Our Time to Say Goodbye. A couple's journey through dementia. It was about Joni and myself. It was our love story. It was our life story. I had it self-published by Amazon, and I am actually selling the book myself, and all the proceeds go to Alzheimer Society. Yeah. So far, I think we've raised something like $15,000.
Wow, that's very impressive.
With sales of the book. And I've met some wonderful people because with signing the book and talking to the people, a lot of them had loved ones with dementia, and they told me how my words influenced their thinking and how grateful they were to me. And you wouldn't believe how wonderful that made me feel
Yeah,
to know
absolutely.
that I was helping somebody. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I kind of enjoyed it. I told you everything goes to Alzheimer Society, and I've started a connection with them. They're a wonderful group of people, yeah, and I've done some other fundraising things with them.
Yeah. And so tell us a little bit
I've
more
been,
about the fundraising that you do for the Alzheimer Society and the connection you have with them.
yeah, yeah. I grow dahlias here in Trinity Lodge, and I have an Adopt a Dahlia program. Residents and friends can adopt a dahlia for a $10 donation to the society.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been running this for, I think we're into the 5th year coming up. And we've done quite well with that. And from there, I published a calendar featuring the dahlias, and we're in the 3rd year of that. And the next one will be the 4th year. And we're having a lot of fun with it. The Society awarded me the Jeannie Bentley Award. Jeannie founded the Society in 1981. And I really do have a family connection with these guys. They're a wonderful group of people. They made me the ambassador to the annual walk and run that we do every Thanksgiving. We do it at was it Eau Claire? Actually, it's the Chinese Culture Center now, and we walk along the riverbank. It's a heck of a lot of fun. There's a 10K, a 5K, a 1K, and I get to rub shoulders with the likes of Peter Ma, our honorary chairman, and get up on stage and do my little bit of stick too. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Very good. So that's a wonderful introduction to get us to know you a little bit better. And you have had fitness as part of your life for most of your life. So tell us about your fitness journey.
Well, originally as a working stiff, it wasn't a conscious thing keeping fit. It's just I was what you'd call a working manager, a hands-on guy. Yeah. I was more comfortable unloading trucks and putting out merchandise than I was sitting in an office. Of course, I golfed as much as I could, and did a little bit of curling from time to time. And I kept fit that way, but it wasn't constantly keeping fit. I only got into keeping fit once I became retired.
Yeah. And tell us more about that. What are some of the things that you took up to keep fit?
Well, I exercised. Well, when I first retired, Joni and I swam maybe 6 days a week with the Englewood Pool.
Very nice.
I have a big thing to brag about, something on my bucket list. I actually swam 70 lengths on my 70th birthday in less than 78 minutes.
I did not know that.
That was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but now Joan and I used to go exercising, and I continued going after Joni passed. So I go exercising 3 times a week. When the pool is available, of course, it isn't right now. And I exercise here at Trinity Lodge most times, maybe 6 times a week. We have 6 different programs here, 30-minute programs each morning, except for Sunday. Yeah. So that's. I also do some walking. Yeah, I have a friend and I. We walk up to Glenmore Reservoir maybe 4 or 5 times a week. And we do ending between 3 and 5K. It's a lot of fun.
That's good. That makes me want to get out there and do a little bit more walking myself. You're putting some of us to shame for sure. And why do you feel that it's important that we be physically active as we age?
Well, it's important that we stay healthy. You know, fitness makes you healthy. And of course, there's the mental aspect of being healthy. If you feel healthy, your mental health is good too. It's absolutely important for all of us to stay healthy, whatever age we are. I feel that my body's like my car. If I don't look after it, it's going to quit on me.
Absolutely.
We don't want that.
No, we don't.
We don't want that to happen.
No. And have you, as you said, you tried to golf as you were working, and then once you retired, you had the opportunity to start swimming and being more physically active. So did you start to see improvements in your health and your physical range of motion, things like that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. I looked after Joan when she had dementia in our home, which was pretty sedentary at that point, very, very little exercise at that point. But I really did notice a difference once I came to Trinity Lodge.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah, wonderful. And as I said, you're one of my best students. You were one of the only gentlemen in the class at first, but you came nonetheless, and always got your workout in.
I was your Billy Elliot.
Yes, exactly. You may have been the draw in the class some of those days.
Yeah, you might be interested. We have about 6 guys there now.
That's wonderful. That's very good. And what advice would
but
you?
I'm still the alpha male.
Okay, yeah, you're still the leader of the group. And what would you say to someone who might be in their 70s, their 80s, their 90s even, who's thinking about becoming physically active? What would you tell them?
Well, just do it. They'll feel better, and they'll have an opportunity to get some variety in their life. They'll meet friends there. And they will feel better and be more healthy.
Yeah.
Pure and simple.
Yeah.
And I think off the butts and come and do it.
Absolutely. And I think you touched on a couple important points there, that not only is it about the physical well-being, but as you said, you'll make friends, it's social, it's fun. So there's a lot more reasons to start getting physically active other than just the physical benefits.
Oh, yes, indeed there is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And a lot of people joining in today are fitness instructors, or they're thinking about becoming fitness instructors, or they manage or support people who are in recreation and fitness settings. So as an active ager, as someone in the classes that the individuals watching this are teaching, what kind of advice would you have for these instructors?
Number one, treat us like adults.
Absolutely.
Not as old people, not as children. Just as you would treat us with everybody else. Of course, you'll have programs suited for older people, and we'll know that. You just give us your best shot. It's important that you're friendly. It's important that you smile. It's important that you're professional. And if you have a program, don't look at your notes. Look at your clients. Have your program ready before you start your class. Yeah. And don't do as I know somebody used to do. She used to practice a class on her way to work. And she used to cause most of the pileups on Deerfoot Trail.
Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. That's great. And it's whether you're teaching an older adult fitness class or just a general fitness class to the just general adult population, or even a kids fitness class. All of these populations want high quality programming. They want to be given a really great experience. So I think no matter what age you're at, that is really, really important for an instructor to bring forward. And what would you say are the keys to successful aging? And that might not just be fitness, but what other things do you think are important about successfully aging?
Well, it's important to stay active. That's the number one thing. Stay active with your mind as well as your body. And then be prepared to take chances with your life. Go out on a limb, get out of your comfort zone. Do stuff that, might embarrass the hell out of you, but what the hell, what's the worst that can happen?
Exactly.
And that's what I've done for the last 5 years,
Yeah.
And I have really, really enjoyed life, really indeed. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And I think being retired, I, as a working person, look forward to retirement so much because there's so much possibility. But people don't always see that about aging. They don't look at all that possibility. So, what kinds of things have you had the opportunity to take advantage of in your retirement years that you would uh, advise other people to try as well?
Well, it's not retiring really. It's just quitting your day job
That's true. Yeah.
and you go on to other stuff.
Yeah.
And writing the book was a wonderful thing for me
Yeah.
because I had to do a couple of online university courses to polish the book off. Um, and I've met so many good people. When
Mhm.
I've been peddling my book, I've been out to other retirement communities.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did a Rotary speech. Yeah, and I did 7 speeches for the United Way. I was one of their impact speeches this last year.
Mhm.
And I was speaking to management and staff in their boardrooms, convincing them that it was a good thing to uh, donate to United Way because the different charities that the United Way support, I was a sample of. That's the way that worked, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I always had a chance to peddle my book, even in negative circumstances. And I've done a few other things as well. Here at Trinity Lodge, I'm very active with the programs. I did one program, Happy Memories. Were you here when I started that?
No, I don't think so.
No, no. Okay, it's a 30-minute program we do every Tuesday, and we just talk about happy memories and
Mhm.
coffee and some cake, and it's just an idea of being able to talk. And communication is a big deal with older people. It's as
Mhm.
big a deal as exercising. Actually,
Mhm.
you know, that's about it, I think.
Very good. And you did a program with the U of C that was really interesting. Why don't you tell
Oh
us about that
yeah.
program?
That's a big deal in my life. That's last June, I think it was. Yeah, I was invited to be part of a panel with at the UFC, and the audience was about 160 doctors, professional health people, geriatric specialists, and I was a part of 3 of us who talked about resilience in old people.
Mhm.
But the major focus of the event was the fragility of old people.
Mhm.
And head guy in Edmonton, he gave a speech on the fragility, and the head guy from Calgary did, and then one other doctor did. And I got to thinking that, all these medical people and doctors, they only see old people when they're sick.
Mhm.
And they're not used to seeing fit old people with brain power.
Yeah.
And I was kind of thrilled about that.
Mhm.
So we gave our little speeches and we were congratulated. And it was cool.
That's awesome.
So another one off the bucket list.
Yes, there's so many wonderful things that you're forgetting how many of there are. That's a great problem to have. And I want to bring up a topic that maybe you can give your opinion on. And I get some flack sometimes for my company being called Stronger You Senior Fitness, and for this being called the Art of Senior Fitness Program Design. Some people think the word senior is a bad word, that it has a negative connotation attached to it. Of course, me using the word, my belief is that it's not a negative connotation. It's an identifier of a group that I'm trying to keep healthy. So, what do you feel about the word senior, and do you think it's a bad word?
I think it's a fantastic word. I think senior is a great word, especially if it's followed by the word discount.
Yes.
No, but we have senior vice presidents,
Yeah.
senior executives,
Yeah.
senior civil servants, senior
Yeah.
managers. It gives me an idea. Well, hey, I'm a senior. I'm up there. That's
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah. I love that
No, I have no
perspective.
problem with that.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the word old. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like aged.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like retiree because I'm not retired. I'm doing lots of stuff. Retired sounds a bit like tired, and I ain't
Okay.
that either.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and aged I don't like, but it's okay with cheese. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Very good.
That's my thoughts on senior.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that perspective. And I'm also wondering if you can shed a little light on retirement living. So, as well, some people refer to retirement living as the home or a place that they don't want to go to, that they feel like that's at a point in their life when maybe they can't take care of themselves anymore. But you and I know that retirement living, senior living has so many wonderful facets to it. So, I would love for you just to tell us your perspective about someone moving into retirement, living in retirement living, and shed some light on that experience.
Well, the first thing I think about in my Trinity Lodge experience is community. Mm-hmm. We are our own little community, and it's not like living in a hotel. We're not passing strangers.
Yeah.
We're all friends. The staff and the residents, we're all friends, and we get to do things with each other, or we get to do things alone. Mm-hmm. And that's our prerogative, whatever we wish to do. And we do have more things, and a good thing about it is that it's scheduled and programmed. Mm-hmm. So we know what we're going to do next Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. And that's a good thing. You know, when you're sitting in your home as a single senior, mm-hmm. yeah, what am I going to do now? You know, that comes up every minute. You know, what am I going to do now? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll go to the dollar store. You know, that kind of. We don't need to worry about stuff like that. We have a good living. I involve myself totally in our community. I think you're aware of that. Mm-hmm. I grow my dahlias. I'm on the council here. I have my little memories program. Mm-hmm. And my latest thing is I'm helping look after the library too. Mm. Dear Anna's gone somewhere else. Okay. So it's a really active lifestyle, and I do recommend it. I can't ever say it's a good thing to live alone. Mm-hmm. You know, you live alone in a house, and you're not speaking, you're not communicating with anybody. Mm-hmm. You're alone with your thoughts. That's not a good thing. Mm-hmm. So that's my perspective on it.
That's wonderful. And right now, especially with everything going on with COVID-19, the pandemic, there's a lot of news stories, some positive, some negative, about what it's like right now in retirement. And I know they're taking such good care of you there at Trinity Lodge right now. So can you give us a little bit of your perspective on what it's like to be in retirement right now during COVID-19?
Well, the big word is safe. Mm-hmm. I feel so safe, you know. The management is doing they're going to such lengths in adhering to the Alberta Health regulations and recommendations. We're doing just about everything possible to stay safe. Mm-hmm. And I'm so happy that the managers are doing that for us, and the staff are just totally wonderful. Can I give them a shout out right now?
Yes, please
Thank
do.
You. A lot of them are Facebook friends of mine, so they will see this. Thank you so much for you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's Trinity Lodge. I'd like to thank all the frontline workers throughout the city and the country too. Mm-hmm. Everybody's doing such a great job.
That's wonderful. And what is life like during this right now? Typically in senior living, you would go down to the dining room, you're going out to programs. So what is the new day-to-day look like for you?
We have room service. We have room service in our rooms. We recommend that we stay in our rooms as much as possible. Our mail is delivered. We can walk inside the building if we choose, keeping the distances that are recommended. Mm-hmm. And we can walk on the perimeter of the building too. If we move away from the building in terms of going to see a doctor or somebody like that, we're asked to stay in isolation for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. To make sure that everybody else stays safe. Yeah. The staff are very well regulated. in their activities. They have their temperatures taken every day when they come in. Mm-hmm. And they have a questionnaire to fill about the whereabouts and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm so confident that the managers are doing all that they can. I have nothing to worry about. As regards spending my time, I like to play with my internet, and I like to write still. Mm-hmm. And I've got back to reading, something that I used to love. I've read 9 books. Wow. Since this thing has started. Wow. And I've got lots more to read too. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So everything's cool.
And you're doing a virtual happy hour. I remember happy hour was one of your favorite things.
And I FaceTime with friends and family. Mm-hmm. And you're right, happy hour is my favorite.
Very good.
I don't think to forget. I think to say hi.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Ron, for sharing your perspective today. That's amazing. And just to give another shout out to you, you can contact Ron at Trinity Lodge if they want to buy dahlias or purchase your book. Is there the best way for them to do that?
Oh, yes. I thought you should do that if I wasn't going to do it. You can actually buy an e-copy of your book, of the book through Amazon, or you can buy it on paperback. But when all this silliness is over, I still have books to sell. You can come over to Trinity Lodge. I'll buy you a coffee, get you a free muffin, and I'll sign your book for you.
Very good.
It only costs you $20.
I don't think my copy is signed. I'm going to have to come in for another visit.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Emily, for this.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you to Ron. And I want to let you know for next week's episode, I've been kind of hemming and hawing a little bit about what to talk about. I've wanted to almost provide an escape from what's been going on, maybe 30 minutes where you can just have a coffee and focus on something other than this pandemic. But I do think that people are looking for suggestions and best practices. So next week, the topic I'm going to talk about is fitness and recreation programming during the COVID-19 pandemic. So definitely join me next week, same time, same place for that. And I also want to let you know, we are in the final 3 days of a Stronger You Senior Fitness flash sale. So if you have a little bit of extra time on your hands, you've been thinking about becoming a senior fitness instructor, or if you're in senior living, you work in a recreation department and you've got some extra budget because you're not paying entertainers or contractors to come in right now, you can save $100 on your Stronger You Senior Fitness certification using promo code SAVE100. So visit StrongerYouSeniorFitness.com. You can use that promo code and you can start your journey to becoming a Stronger You Senior Fitness instructor. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Ron. And everyone stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, everyone.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.